So it looks like you got to pull the shift shaft out the same time you pull the clutch out. Ooh, we got a spring here. Should have taken off. There's the shift shaft with that spring. It's a washer here. It goes on the shift shaft. I'm going to mark these so you know which one goes where. So right there. You'll need a flywheel puller. This is the size is M20 by 1.5. 20 by 1.5. looks like when I pull the flywheel off, the starter gear is going to come with it. Look for any washers. No washers, but we got a keyway there. Now the crankcase should separate, I believe. I think we've got to pull this out. Aha. I think it moved slightly. So I had trouble splitting the cases. They didn't want to come apart. So I looked up in the manual to double check I had everything off. And I did, but there was a bolt that went right down here I didn't see. And once I remove that bolt, we should be able to split the cases. So you have to double check all the bolts on this side and the other side. This is the rear, and this is the front of the engine. And right here, you can see a spot where you can tap on it. And then on the bottom side, there's two places we can tap on it. Manual actually says to set it down on the rear like that. And right here, Okay, I just took my fingers here and pushed on the shaft. And the trick is to pull it straight out because there's locating dowel pins. If you try to do it at an angle, it binds and won't come apart. So it actually is coming pretty easy once I pull straight on it. It's catching a little bit. There. Okay. Uh-oh. Washer fell. We got to... Main bearings feel good. This washer just fell, and I'm assuming it goes right there on that shaft. That's probably where it goes. I'll have to double check the manual. Right now, oh wow. Missing a lot of teeth on that gear. This is the shift drum. This has all the grooves in it. It attaches to the shifting forks, which in turn move the gears up and down to change the gears. Now, here's the oil screen. Guessing we're gonna find a lot of metal particles in it. Oh yeah. Lots of metal particles. Wow. Look at all those metal. Honda did a good thing by putting the screen in here. Look at that. That way this catches all of the metal particles so it doesn't do any further damage. I'm just trying to pull this one gear off, and there's like a bushing that goes inside. This gear looks good. This gear looks good. There's a shaft, so we're gonna just put that there. Now, we want to pull this set of gears and this set of gears, and they should come together. Along with this, the shifting fork shaft. Still a lot of metal particles down there. I'm gonna have to clean this very good and inspect it. So we don't want any loose metal particles floating around the engine. slide this over like that. So, as you can see, all the damage to this gear here, it's just flattened all those tooth and broke all those tooth off. How that happened, I don't know. I didn't own it. I bought it already with damage. So let me do that one gear, and then on this, ooh, I'm not sure how expensive that's going to be, but it looks like this gear here is just totally tore the teeth off, and that looks like it's part of the shaft here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the shaft. That gear right here. I'm just looking at the other gears. They're in good condition. If I remember right, you could drive the four-wheeler around, but first gear would not work. You could put it in first and nothing would happen. And then you could take off in second and go through the gears, but then you'd hear something slapping inside the engine. And even sometimes when you go to an idle, you'd hear something slapping. And this is the shifting forks. 3 different sizes. And they're marked front, FR, C for center, and R probably for rear. Yeah, I don't see. Very careful, because there could be washers. See, the dogs, they all look good. Just the teeth just disintegrated. Let's see if they label the gear. No numbers, markings. I'll have to look at the schematics to see if we can figure out if they call that first gear, which is the largest gear, so that's got to be first gear.